Okay, those have much more fuel now. You can see all of the middle tanks are right here. This is the very middle one, and these are our boosters. So, ideally, this will get us up into orbit and then on our way over to Duna before we even get to this part of the staging. So, it's pretty efficient. You're seeing all these new engines at work here. The best part is we've had this for like the past few missions ever since that update. We just haven't used it because I didn't know we had it. So like I said, I've been playing my own personal game, and what I have been finding is that these engines are super good, or these rockets and everything are super good, so I just keep using them. Although I'm noticing that I'm slowly but surely going into a death spin, so I'm just going to keep an eye on that and be very careful when launching the boosters off, because they can all blow up. Okay, what I need to do is start myself to go this way. Okay, this is not going to be good. Well, we're good. We still have our engine. I don't think I'm facing the right direction. This is bad. This is bad. Okay, well, we can recover. We have 94,000 meters to figure this out. So where the heck is north? Because we kind of went into that death spin. Okay, that's north there. So we were facing the right direction. All right, well, now I gotta give myself just a little boost, because it will actually help me control it, is if I put a little fuel in here. Come on, go down. Go down. Go down. Okay, it is doing what I needed to do. So I'm going to turn off the engine. And now I'm going to pretty much full burn here. And plant it right on the edge. I need to go stage only because I need to watch my fuel. I kind of screwed up the launch there a bit, if you couldn't tell. The death spin didn't really help, though. And that's gone, so we can space. Whoops. Look, that works. Whatever. It works. Whatever. It worked. And that's got quite a bit of fuel on it. So that should get us quite far. In fact, that should definitely get us our orbit just fine. But once again, we're just going to keep an eye on our actual stage for the fuel, because it may have a lot of fuel, but I don't want to burn it all out doing this one maneuver. Okay, I have a stable orbit, so what I'm going to do is just push this all the way out to 800,000, which is what we have been doing, so we can make our maneuvers quicker, because then you can speed up time fully. But as you can see, it's going quite quickly. So what we do now is we slowly switch all the way over to the other side of the nav ball. By the way, I installed a new mod. It's either like Nav Ball Plus or Navigation Plus. It's something like that. I don't remember the name of it. But basically it shows me, like, you can see all of the other maneuver nodes on the navigation ball. Plus you can see, like, I'm headed to retrograde right now, and you can see it kind of ghosting itself. And it's really nice to be able to know where you are at on the ball itself. It's good. It's a good little training wheel thing, despite it actually being quite functional to begin with. And I totally just passed that. Go back. Go back. Okay, I got there eventually. So this will translate to prograde when we actually get off over to our apoapsis, which is where we're headed now. And then we will do a burn. We'll get the other side to 800,000 plus, and then we will set up a maneuver to Duna, and that will use pretty much the rest of our fuel in this tank. So it'll be a little bit of a close one, but we should be fine. Now let's do this burn. There we go, and you see it once again rapidly goes, which is really nice. I did overshoot the apoapsis a bit, but I mean it's not gonna affect me too much here. And that should be that. Okay, cool. We're gonna quick save now that we have an orbit. Actually, our fuel is not what it actually is saying it is. So that's not good. We have a lot less than I thought we did. Although, I mean, we still have a lot considering we still have this thing to get us there. So we should be more than fine. Let us now target Duna, set as target, and we will get MechJeb out, maneuver planner. We will find the transfer to another planet. We will create node, which happens to get us pretty close. And that node is in 1 year we have to wait, which is gonna be a while. And that just makes me love the speeding up time quite a bit. Although it was showing only like 800,000 meters a second, that's pretty good for a burn getting us to another planet. So it must be a pretty efficient one at the very least. And it's getting all freaky and spazzing out because I'm rotating my ship rapidly. Oops, I was pushing the wrong button, so now I'm going the wrong direction, which that is not good. But we will just remove that because we won't need that anymore. Come on, you'll get there. You're so close. I'm so just like 2 meters more, and then it starts spazzing out again. Slow down. Okay, that'll do for now. 1 year we'll wait, and it shows that we only have to burn for 34 seconds. But knowing that the fuel's about to run out on this, I think it's going to be more like over a minute. So I'm gonna plan for that. I'm still waiting 340 days before we can actually make this maneuver. I just realized something too. I'm gonna slow down. I do have all this fuel in this tank here, and to be perfectly honest, this engine burning will be more important than these. So I think what I'm going to do is transfer those out and see how much more fuel we can get into it. See, that's not bad. That raised it quite a bit. Let's do this tank too. You know what? We're going crazy here. Whoops, it's the alt click. Because honestly, if we could get this whole maneuver done and not have to use these, that would be the best. And we can always transfer the fuel back. And we still have the other fuel tanks there, so it might end up working more in our favor. Anyways, we still have 325 days to wait. All right, we have a day left on this timer. Let's see if we can get it nice and close. 4 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour. Whoop, okay, that's getting a little closer than what I wanted it to. We'll give it like 2 minutes so we still have a minute to position. There we go. And we'll get our positioning done. And then we'll burn. And hopefully we'll have more than enough fuel. I am going to quick save before we do this burn just in case. That was a bad idea, actually switching out to all that fuel. But I think it should be fine. Also, we're going to use MechJeb in a different way than we did previously. I mean, obviously we're setting up maneuvers with this, but there's one more that we're going to use it to set up a maneuver with, which is fine-tuning our closest approach, which is something that helps out a lot to saving fuel. Another thing that I could calculate out on my own, but that would take, like 20 minutes because I suck at math, so I'm not even going to bother. And I am going to do at the 34-second mark, so I'm going to speed this up just a little bit because we are going to be relying on this one engine to do it for us. So let's make this burn. And just going to watch that fuel very carefully. I think we're going to have plenty. Because we haven't even used half this fuel that we did have. And we have pretty much completed the maneuver. So yeah, we'll be fine on that front, which is nice. Also trying to make smaller movements than usual because I'm realizing that the bigger the movement, the bigger the change, really. Okay, so here's what I was talking about. We're going to go to Maneuver Planner. I'm going to speed up time just a little bit so we're actually out of the sphere of influence there. So it's this one here, fine-tune closest approach to target. 50 kilometers is pretty good for Duna. So we will create node, which is going to be there, and we will make that burn ourselves. So I'm going to get all the way up to the maneuver node, and then I'll speed up time, get there, do the 28 meters a second. See how little now that I actually have to do? It does save a lot of fuel, so I'm going to be relying on that quite a bit. The other thing is we're going to aerobrake around Duna in order to get to Ike without having to, retrograde, really. And that should help out a lot as far as our efficiency is concerned. Ooh, we're almost there, but I'm overdoing it again. All right, that'll be good enough. We'll speed up time and get to the node. All right, so now I'm going to use the rest of this time to really get on that maneuver node. The reason why is because this is such a crucial burn that we do it with such an accurate precision. Otherwise, we're not going to be at the 50 kilometers that we need to be. I mean, right now, we're pretty close. So it's actually increasing it more than anything. So I'm not too concerned there. We'll just do a quick little spurt. And a little bit more. Where are we at now? Duna periapsis. That's just 21,000 meters. I don't know about that. Where's it at now? 7 million whatever meters. It's kind of hard to tell because, hold on, let's remove this. Yeah, okay. We obviously messed something up there. Maneuver planner. Create node. So the other direction, basically, which is fine. I'm not sure why it got all screwy, but it did. So I'll just pretty much keep an eye on this and try to fix it here. Okay, I got it to the point where I don't see a periapsis or an apoapsis or anything, so I think, oh gosh, I turned SAS off to actually maneuver here, and it's biting me in the bum. So let's go ahead and go as fast as we can towards it, and we'll fine-tune it once we get a little closer, I think. I'm going to quick save. However, as far as fuel is concerned, you know what, I think at this point, let's slow it down. Let's go like this. We'll take that and, whoops, I did it again. We want to go from there to there, like so. Which, that still has quite a bit of fuel in it, but I think I'm going to rely on more maneuverability here because the amount of maneuverability I have with what I was using is just, it wasn't good enough for me. So we're just going to do that, and we will now go ahead and decouple. And that shows, it may not have a lot of fuel, but it's got quite a bit. It's got enough. All right, now we will quick save and move on towards Duna itself. And right about there. Okay, let's see what this actually is looking like right now. Oh, we have an encounter with the moon. Not what we want. We want Duna's periapsis to actually be a lot closer than it is. So we're going to have to direct it this way. Oh, this is really hard to see. Okay, more. And that's at 257,000, 149,000, 125,000, 77. We wanted at about 13. 14,000. 3. That's a little much. Okay. 37,000. Oh gosh, it's going to be one of those, isn't it? 10,000. You know what? That's pretty good for now. We'll fine tune it as we get a little closer. But let's. Oh, I'm still sped up. There we go. Now I can maneuver. Oh, so much easier now. It actually kind of moves around a bit. So I didn't want to get it right at 13,000 in case I don't get this right. Because I'm just going to have to readjust anyways. And the closer I get, the easier it will be to do smaller numbers. Which again, the further away you are, the bigger change things have. For example, if you were 30 feet, let's just keep it easy math. If you were 50 feet away from a target, like a target that you're trying to throw a dart at, the likelihood of you missing is much higher, not because you suck. I mean, you may be a very good dart thrower, but it's because such a small change in the way that you aim will make a larger difference over a scale. Think of it like a cone. The cone gets much wider the further out it goes. So, whatever change you make back there makes a bigger difference when you're actually, throwing it. So it's kind of the same thing here. The further away I am, the bigger change is, that is actually made. The bigger difference it is when I make little maneuvers. Hope that makes sense. It probably does, but you never know. Okay, that is good enough. So we're going to get a little closer, make it easier to actually maneuver here. And we need to be able to set up a maneuver. Come on, thank you, add maneuver. And we're just going to out a little bit. Okay. Oh, I see. The bottom one of the two is my one that I'm shooting for, yeah? Whoops. Okay. That says 30,000. 29,000. 4,000. Dang it. 22,000. Yeet. 20. 19. 12. Okay. Okay, let's prograde a little bit. That's 15. 14. 12. 13. Aha! Perfect. We're going to make this maneuver in 23 minutes and barely burn at all. Which is going to be... It's going to be a close one, actually. Ooh, stop the ship. Don't overshoot it. Right there. You want to be right on the money for this one. Okay, we're going to speed up time. It's okay if you overshoot the time just a little bit on this. But not by too much. Like as you saw in the last one, it was fine of me to do the overshoot that I did. Alright, so we will get right on it and burn the 2 meters a second. Oops, I may have overdone it. It says 12,000. That's pretty good. Okay, so we're going to quick save. And we're going to attempt our aerobrake maneuver. Now remember, we're not trying to stop. We're just trying to get a orbit around Duna. Or at least slow down enough to be able to get to the moon. Much easier. Okay. How high are we? We're at 41,000 meters. Okay, that's fine. Can I speed it up to a little bit? I'm keeping myself pointed prograde on purpose, just in case I need to burn the heck out of here and get a little bit more altitude. Because we want to skim the atmosphere, which starts pretty much now, as you'll see my speed dropping, and that will start rotating rapidly. Okay, well, let's... Okay, that is not the direction that I wanted to rotate, but whatever works. So, I'm going to start kind of skimming the atmosphere, which is going to start slowing me down even more here. But I kind of want to, I could stay this way. Oof. Actually, I'm going to want to point prograde. Oh, no, ship, what are you doing? Prograde. It refuses to point prograde. Okay. Good. I really need to look at the map. Okay, let's just do this. Just try to keep my altitude up here. I'm now at 17,000. Actually, I should be fine. That may have been a perfect maneuver. Okay. Orbit. Okay, so yeah, now I'm not really slowing down as much. It's bringing me in a little bit, which is fine. That's kind of what I wanted. I didn't want to keep the orbit way out there. Wow, I think that actually worked. First time, too. It's sucking it in a little bit. But now it appears to be pretty stable. All right, cool. Well, that works surprisingly good. Cool. Well, with that, how high are we? 46,000? We successfully did an aerobrake. I can't believe it. You probably can't believe it. So now we just need to get to Ike and land, which will be a perfect time to start the next episode with. So, with all of that being said, we'll see you guys next time.